We are recording. Hello, everybody. It is Hayley, the Tall Girl. Welcome back to another episode of Playing on AztecMC.org. Please come join and come hang out if you want to play vanilla griefing and survival rating. Is a lot of fun. I actually have been getting into the video episode side of Minecraft, but video essay no, wow, words. Okay, if you also watched the end of the last episode, you also know that I am dealing with a migraine today, so the sentence structure and functioning is a little bit lacking extra today, but that's fine. But I've been getting into the video essay side of YouTube, and Minecraft video essays and like the history of different Minecraft attributes has been a thing. But in terms of the game, currently I'm going around creating landscaping. What's the term? What's the actual Minecraft term? Land morphing, terraforming. I'm going around terraforming different spaces that are going to have different builds. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm either going to have a campsite or a house up here. I'm slowly gathering red terracotta, and I'm going to end up building a house. I remember I wanted to take down this little mountain. But yeah, I've been going ahead and just clicking through recommendation videos in my YouTube account, and as of right now, there's a lot of history of different Minecraft attributes. And I watched a 2-hour documentary about the history of Minecraft on YouTube, and man, did that take me back. And definitely haven't been trying to make videos since like the very beginning, but 2014 definitely rode that second wave generation. I'm pretty sure 2014 was like considered the second. I think what they defined 2014 was like the rise of the mini games. But it was really interesting to see somebody articulate and put into words exactly what I feel like I felt and already knew just being a fan of Minecraft. But I also learned a lot more than I didn't realize. Like, this whole role playing in Minecraft is something that I never personally got into, but man, when I realized you could make bank from that, you can make bank. And now it honestly has opened my eyes to a lot of things. Like, Minecraft is such a sandbox game. The way that some of the YouTubers that were interviewed for that documentary have described it. Oh, okay. I feel like that is a representation of Minecraft. You fall into a hole and then it all tumbles down around you. But Minecraft is the sandbox game that keeps getting sandier, and it has so many different ways you can play it, that it's constantly keeping people involved and entertained and continually reinventing the game itself, and it's only gotten easier over time. Like, going back and seeing these videos talk about the very beginning of Minecraft, like when it wasn't even a game application, it didn't even have a launcher, you had to build on the browser. That was such a nostalgia thing, because I definitely remember loading up the browser, going to Minecraft, playing that version that you could get on the browser, and then everything that you did in that world would be KO'd as soon as you refresh the page. And regardless, still many an hour spent on this game. The sandbox game has sated my need for creativity through video games, if an intense need. Or intense, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But it's definitely a game that has continued to withstand the test of time. and I have enjoyed playing it so much. I love Minecraft, and I think I will continue to love Minecraft shamelessly and forever. And if you call it a kid's game, I'd be like, damn right. And it's also a kid's game that's made for adults. It can be, completely mature, and you can do some really complex and technical things in the game, or you can just play survival and get really, really good at survival. And on this note of video essays and documentaries related to Minecraft, I also watched a video that was a lot shorter. It was it was about Minecraft griefing and how there's like an art to it. And it also talked about, why you can grief and the importance of survival players, or survival multiplayer servers like this, where it feels like part of the game is like having that risk of being griefed. And I've explained this a lot to different people who like playing Minecraft to build, but they hate the idea of their builds potentially being ruined, because it takes 4 hours to put something up and make it look really nice, but it takes 4 seconds to put TNT down and ignite it. And they're always so concerned about your build being ruined, and it's you know what, there is just as big of a chance that I'm gonna ruin my own build with said fortress that we just made, and the said burning that just happened. It's it's part of the game, man. It's also a way you don't get too attached to the things that you make. I don't know. I mean, I'm always proud or happy. I don't know. Proud and happy is the way to describe the things that I make, but I'm always happy that I've gone through the process of making something to begin with. And I don't have to like everything that I make, but the important thing is that I made it, I facilitated the process, and I got through the creation of it. And it's actually something that's helped me in my dance choreography career, because you don't get married to any one thing the way, it is in any moment. It could constantly change, and your preference for one thing with movement changes. So not being married to what something looks like is super important for me to, kind of cultivate and develop. And, honestly, Minecraft, playing on a vanilla SMP server with the potential of all of my work being destroyed, and with the promise that all my work will be destroyed when the map resets, honestly, it's just, that's totally part of the game for me. And speaking upon that, I was debating on actually releasing my old bass chords eventually, but in my head I'm also I think I'll slowly reveal hints about those chords, the old ruined bass. At the same time, I'll keep building around there, not where it hurts the most, but in areas around that bass chords, and I'll just increasingly get bigger and bigger builds until somebody finds it, and then whoever finds it, congratulations, happy birthday, GG, you win. I'll give you another present in addition to you finding a entire base that's several chunks wide at this point, and on the surface, intersecting with the surface. Anyways, I'm getting off traffic. Wow. As you can see, the brain is working fantastically. But, well, I now that I've walked around this little area a little bit more, I was thinking maybe I need to have a bridge going from over there to over here. But I think if I just make a pathway going around this mountain, that will be more than enough for you know, ease of traveling between the different builds, because I do want to put something up here. Haven't decided exactly what, but you know, a nice house up here would be cool. And yeah, so basically that's the deal for right now. I'm going to continue expanding and building over here, slowly releasing different hints as the episodes go on, and I keep creating Minecraft videos for where that original base is, and waiting for the Caves and Cliffs update to drop, and because I feel like that's really what we're all waiting for. And I do have ideas percolating in my head for when that happens, but I already know I'm gonna be spending a good amount of time just grinding the obsidian, because gold farms are completely necessary in this game, especially if you like to play it how I do, survival, but also build whatever fucking shit you want. This is the type of game. The gold farm is like super necessary. Anyways, Hayley is gonna go ahead, continue on playing the game. I think I'm going to finish that bridge over there, build a library, build maybe a wizard's tower. Oh, we have a spider spawner over here. Maybe doing something with this. I did think about building a prison jail, but we could get to that later. I'm also in the middle of reading the same book that I've been talking about, Liar, Temptress, Shoulder Spy, 4 Women Undercover in the Civil War by Karen Abbott, and I think I am going to do some build related to that, so woo! 11-minute talking clip to start this video out. How do we feel about that, ladies and gentlemen? Thursday morning, and we are getting some quartz fortuned right now, because we have a need for quartz blocks, and I could not find any in my inventory, so this is how we're achieving this. Luckily, I already had a bunch of quartz from previous nether trips, so we didn't have to go all the way to the nether, but I would be amiss if I didn't say I was kind of low-key craving a trip to the nether. It was just like low-key like meditative resource gathering, just kind of running in the nether. And yeah, I've just been really reflecting recently about how much Minecraft is going to change when the Caves and Cliffs update comes out. Like, the mining meta will be no more Y11. It will be like, why? Because the Y level is expanding on both the negative and positive aspects, and it's just like, times are changing, man. Again, I've been going through all those video essays on the history of Minecraft and the history of Minecraft on the internet, and it's been, you know, nostalgic. It's so weird that it's already at the point, 10 years, that this game has started to have a historic, nostalgic vibe, but this game is super historic. Like, I could not think of another game that can really grow with a person. And I don't know, maybe this is me talking out of my butt, but like, there are so many different ways you can use Minecraft, and the way I am starting to see Minecraft is not only as a game, but also as an engine or a tool for further creation and, like, platforms. Like, you can make full-on animations in this game, and just, wow, I am impressed. This game constantly shows me there are more ways to commodify this game than just playing the game as it is, which is really interesting. And I also learned that they are actually coming out with a Minecraft movie, so I am interested to see how that turns out. I don't know if I'll go to the theater and watch it because, you know, who goes to theaters anymore? But drive-ins are becoming a thing. So Minecraft drive-in movie, I kind of would be interested to have that experience. But yeah, we are continuing to just place quartz blocks so we can mine it all. And this is kind of grindy, so I'm sorry, but I have things to say to you, and this is a good way to say them to you. The book I have been talking about, Liar, Temptress, Soldier, Spy by Karen Abbott, I finally finished last night after trying to upload my Wednesday's video a number of times. There was just like one issue after another, and it, you know, whatever. But I finally got it uploaded, and during that time where I was waiting for the video to re-export, because I had to export it like 5 different times and it just wasn't working, I managed to finish the book, and it was pretty exciting, but you know, I kind of got the idea that nobody in 1860s had like a nice life, like maybe someplace other than America, but I feel like everybody was kind of pretty angry and terrible. And it actually reminds me, reading this book is like, I could see the personalities in the book be living today. Like Belle Boyd was this teenage Confederate spy that apparently shot a Union soldier in her house when he like spoke inappropriately and was threatening the safety of her mother and herself. So she shot him and became infamous for, you know, bringing messages across Union Confederate lines, and she was really obsessed with Stonewall Jackson for some reason. But she ended up marrying like several Yankees over the course of her life. She also, hid in a closet and listened through a knothole when some Union officers were having a meeting about battle plans, and then she rode to tell, I think it was Stonewall Jackson, but the Confederate forces of the plans, and thus had a major turning of the tide for that one battle, I think. But you know, yeah, eventually she was caught, arrested, was like in jail, deported to Canada. Basically, I could definitely see her as like a micro influencer today. Not somebody that like I would follow, but I feel like, I don't know, if I don't think she would be in the beauty community. Maybe she would be like in the gaming community of some sort. Maybe she'd be like I could see she'd probably be an FPS gamer, or even like GTA 5. She'd be, you know, all over that. But there was other characters in the book that were really interesting, like Emma Edmondson, or Frank Thompson as she went by during the war. She posed as a male, and then what happened? Oh yeah, she fell in love with like several dudes she had to serve with, but then like some of them were married, and one of them in her story was Jerome Robbins, and that just kept tripping me up because in my head Jerome Robbins is like the American dance choreographer, so I was like, West Side Story, where are you at? But that's neither here nor there. But Jerome Robbins was a Union soldier in the Confederate War, something to do with like carrying messages. But yeah, Emma Edmondson posed as Frank Thompson. I forget why exactly. I just know she did. And yeah, I definitely think she would probably be a political activist nowadays. Definitely posting all of those like Canva slides, Yeah, definitely right up her alley there. Maybe she'd even be a poet of some sort, you know? I could even see her being like a travel vlogger and, sharing her experiences of traveling, the world as a person who is gender fluid. At least, it doesn't go into detail whether or not she identified as female or male. It sounded like she identified as female and then just dressed up as male so that she could serve. But it is an interesting question to ask, like, because apparently this was very common for women to dress up as men during the Civil War and serve, and there's several instances of them being found out, and it's like, why would you do that? What are the reasons? And like, how does that affect our perception of women's studies and gender studies nowadays? Yeah, it would definitely be an interest. I don't know why this is lagging so much. Wow. Okay, cool. What are you guys talking about? Okay. They're just, shitting on the staff, low-key. That's fine. We just have it on video now. But yeah, it definitely, I feel like if historians could have like a time machine where they could go back and have a conversation with any of these four women that were featured in this book, I feel like Emma Edmondson would be probably one of the most interesting, or one of the people that I would want to hear from the most. And even though Belle Boyd intrigued me the most, I definitely feel like I would be the most annoyed by her. Hello, welcome. Okay, I'm stuck in this. It's fine. We're just gonna have a horse back here. It's fine. The horse will run the bank, make sure the bank doesn't, it'll just run after anybody who tries to steal stuff from my base. Anyways, hi. This is Friday afternoon. I have some time before I have to go and sub a ballet and contemporary class today. And I have a few builds that I have added. We have a barn over there, and we are working on a little chapel over here. But let's go check out the barn. And yeah, just continuing this western base, which I realize is also a call to my original time to back in like 2016, I think. I don't even remember when. I would have to go look it up, of when I first started making videos on Aztec MC. I was building in a desert biome, trying to make like western type of themed build. But this is the barn, your average basic barn. 2 stories though, so, well, technically 3 stories, but have several places where horses can be placed. It's nice. This was a good little, this is the most detailed I've gotten on the interior of a build, so it was a fun thing. I enjoyed this. There's things that I'm not really in love with, but when I take a step back and I look at it, I'm like, you know what? I did that. I did that. There's room for improvements, and there's places where I'm going to go and change, like that area. I'm going to add some cords going along so it doesn't break it up like that. But, working on the barn build yesterday and starting the little church chapel build reminded me of like why I love to build in Minecraft, and just trying different things and then finishing it is fun. But then you're always like, you can always go back and alter it. But right now I am taking a break from building the chapel. I'm just kind of looking around at different places where I can build. I don't want to stay so like based in reality in terms of like, you know, this is very inspired by a like red barn that you would see anywhere in like, you know, a cartoon or something. Like it's a very stereotypical cliche barn, and you know, I do want to give myself freedom to be kind of fantastical and explore creativity. So now that we've done a build like this, I'm thinking that once I finish the chapel build, or as a break in the middle of the chapel build, go maybe over this mountain and build a little less based in reality type of Western themed build. But I don't know, maybe over there, that seems to be a nice little area, and then you can make a bridge over there. Yeah, I like that idea. I think I'm gonna go with that, and there's some weird water things going on down there. Anyways, Hayley the tall girl here for the entertainment. I don't know. Gonna go continue my day, rest up before we have to go to what is it? Oh yeah, subbing. Contemporary and ballet. Should probably figure out what I'm teaching before then, because that's, you know, what a good teacher would probably do.